Hey everyone, it's Steve, and I just wanted to say hello to everyone, all my new viewers and all my subscribers. I've been gone, I've been busy, been working, been moving, it's been a busy summer for me, and I know it's been a busy summer for all of you out there having fun, and some of y'all trying to make some extra money and to, buy whatever you want during the winter time, or maybe for next summertime or springtime. Whatever it is, we're all out there making that bread, trying to do what we gotta do. Well, today's topic is going to be about summer jobs. It's actually fast food. And at the time when you're doing fast food in your school or high school or junior high, whatever it is, these kids are working now. I remember I was probably about maybe 16, maybe 15 years old, I think. And I was working for, a fast food joint. And I only did it because you want to have that extra money to go take a girl out on dates. And during that time, you did not want to take a girl on a date because you know that your parents would be chaperoning you that whole freaking night. I mean, you couldn't even go, you had to be in bird's eye view of your mother, and you cannot kiss, you can't touch, so no PDA anywhere is allowed when you're with your, crush or girlfriend or whatever it is, because your mom doesn't want you to accidentally trip and fall inside of your girlfriend. I don't know how that happens, but sometimes it happens every now and then nowadays. But that's just something you don't want to go through. And I did it for a while. I saved money because I wanted to buy a car, and some of y'all kids out there want to go buy cars, or actually college students want to go buy cars, or whatever it is. And sometimes it sucks because you're working your ass off so much. Working at fast food, being in the drive-thru, doing the register, cleaning the bathrooms, and oh my god, the bathrooms were horrendous. And all of you know what bathrooms look like inside restaurants. And sometimes you would just rather hold it the whole time until you get home. Or hell, if you see a porta potty that looks a lot cleaner than what that bathroom looked like, you would take a giant deuce inside that porta potty. I've been through that, and it was horrible. I dreaded having to clean that bathroom. And I dreaded having to flip burgers. I dreaded having to come home and smell like burgers and fries and go to school, and people would be like, "What'd you have, Burger King this morning?" Or "What'd you have, McDonald's this morning?" or something like that. And I'm like, no. My clothes reek of it, which it's soaked through the skin. You have oily skin, you got pimples all over you. It's horrible. But we all go through having a summer job that we gotta make that bread, we gotta make that money to survive on. Another job I did was limousine detail. And that was a pretty fun job. I got to see a lot of fun stuff, a lot of naked chicks, a lot of boobs, a lot of poonanners, a lot of ass, whatever you want to call it. I've seen it all. There's stuff I didn't want to see. Having to clean the freaking back of the cars. You're seeing a bunch of stains on the seats. And let me tell you, those stains, that's not lotion. That's straight up man juice. It's disgusting, And at that time I didn't know any better. I didn't, understand all that went on inside a limousine company. And there's some pretty wild stuff that went on, and I got to see some of it, and some stuff I didn't get to see because of my age at the time. But I remember that was one of my best summer jobs. I enjoyed it. I would actually roll up in the limousine because they taught me how to drive it. I drove the Hummers. I drove the regular stretch limousines. I actually went to the ocean front with them. I had a good time. But it's not cool to be the driver and trying to pick up chicks on the strip thinking that you're a badass because you got a stretch limousine. I mean, yeah, you could do a whole lot of magic in the back of the limousine, but I was a kid, what would I have known? If I was to do it this day and age, hell yeah. I mean, that back of that limousine is going to be hopping so much that it might end up caving in the center. I'd have a good time. But I hated that job, and that was one of the worst jobs that I had because the fact of how unclean it was, and it was great money, but the circumstances that you had to go through as far as being called in at all hours of the night because somebody decided to vomit all over the place, or there was champagne all over the place, or whatever it is, or a dead hooker, or wait a minute, that really didn't happen. No dead hookers. They may have been my worst 2 jobs that I ever had, but I'm very thankful that I had a job and during the summertime, because there's a lot of the jobs you don't want to do. I mean, you don't want to be a street sign spinner, you know, or whatever, or people in Liberty Tax, what is it, the costumes that they wear, waving at you during the IRS times, you know, tax season and everything else like that. I would hate to have a job like that. I mean, you being out in the blistering sun. I live in Texas, so you do not want that kind of job. So, with that all said, what was your first time summer job, and what summer job do you do every year? I mean, do you work at the bar? What do you do to make that extra money? Are you a porn star? Are you, I don't know. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe button's up here, and be sure to leave all your comments in that no-no section down below. Alright, I would love to hear from y'all. And I hope y'all have a good one, and I'm out. And remember, be epic or later.
RAC-130 is in the air.
Enemy nuke incoming! It's over!